Okay, so if you remember, last time I said the bike had something to do with the colour of my helmet. And here we go. Ciao bella. Had to go Italian. Was there an option really? No. And look, the colour does exist on the bike. Might be in the form of a little stripe, but still exists. There is no way I could have gone with the Norden over this. And there's no way I could have gone with the World Raid over this. Let's just say they made me an offer I couldn't refuse. In a good way though. But we'll talk about that more on the ride. Let's go. Alright. Buongiorno, come stai? Oh, low fuel light just came on. That's right. Just going for a little trip up here. Okay, so just going for a ride up in the Jeeralangs, which is about 2 hours southeast of Melbourne, which I'll bring up on the screen here now. This area is a little bit hilly. It's not very high, like it goes up to about 250 meters. It's not crazy. It does snow here. Oh, wallaby. Alright, so today we're probably going to see lots of wallabies, kangaroos. What's the time? So it's nearly 10 past 9 in the morning. Today's going to be a bit of a scorcher, so 34 degrees, which is what, high 90s I think for the 3 countries in the world that are still non-metric. Okay, so up this area 12 to 18 months ago there was like a massive storm. Oh, they've actually fixed the sign. Jeeralang Road. 2 days ago that was actually spelt very, very incorrectly. Had an L in it and everything. Alright, so there's lots of washaways on the corners. And it's taken them, well, they've been going for probably 5 months now, trying to fix one of the corners up here. But when I say they've been going for 5 months, like they come for a few days and they disappear for a few weeks and then they come back, and yeah. Alright, so down in the valley down there, there's the walking track that goes all the way through to Jeeralang National Park, which is a it's like a little mini rainforest. I've done that walk a few times. If you like getting covered in leeches, go for it. Yeah, so here, like, there's no one here at the moment. This is all blocked off for a long time, and all they've managed to do in that time, I think they put a drain in across the road. Yep, one drain in, that little black corrugation pipe, and another one here, which I had to rip the road up for. There's not that much more to go really, just need to finish it off. All the way up the top of this road here, where it goes to dirt, 2 roads split, but they come back onto each other. They've been doing a lot of work up here too, and then they open it, then they shut it, then they open it. Yeah, it's just very frustrating. Like, not a lot of people live up this way, but it's nice. It's a nice little back road to get to the beach. So 2019, there was massive bushfire up this area. It's all pretty much regrown back now, but it all swept through here. All these hills are all fully taken out. These trees have all grown back, like a lot didn't, which you'll see on the trip. A little bit hazy this morning. There's a bushfire north of Melbourne, so I think all that's blowing down this way. So all this here, all these pine plantations, they all got burnt out 2 years ago. That was the main fire, all through up that valley, come out over the top. So they've got some little research stations and stuff here now to try and detect it all. One of the main buildings that got burnt down was the Jeeralang Hall, which instead of replacing it with a hall, they replaced it with a water tank. know, go figure. Fair enough, you know, if it comes to fighting fires, you need a water tank, but why not replace the hull and put a water tank there? Alright, road closed. Which one this time? So, Jumbuck Road to the right. Yeah, I don't know why they keep closing it. Like, that was fine. I went down that road 2 weeks ago. Alright, so this grey water tank just to the right here, that's where the hull was. And they go and replace it just with a water tank. So there's like a little sign there. Alright, we'll change this to a little bit off-road. Alright, let's go. So I just put that in enduro mode then, just take the power down. The only thing I've done different the factory is I've just turned off ABS on the rear. Oh, there's the back end go. It says I've got 45 k's range left, so that'll be alright for this little loop. So, a little goat stud. One thing I do like about this bike is no matter what mode you're in, you can like adjust the throttle, so you can have it snappy or a little bit lax like you get with a cable throttle. So it's like all the adjustments for something that's cheaper than the World Raid. Oh, in saying that, like the deal that I got from the dealer when I bought the bike, so got the bike and I've ordered bash plate, the crash bars and the water pump protector bar, and all that was still cheaper than the World Raid. So last update was this sump protection and the water pump protection was in, but the crash bars haven't arrived yet. So hopefully they'll be any day really. Otherwise I might just go down and pick up the sump protector and the water pump protector. Also ordered bark busters to get rid of these plastic ones, mainly because I know it's not a matter of if I drop the bike, it's a matter of when. Especially when you start going up into the high country. There's another wallaby up there. Some potholes that I still haven't fixed. I'm still really getting used to this bike. So, just trying to be easy on it. These corners here, they're like marbles at the moment too, so just taking it easy around the corners. Going into some of the little tree ferns. Oh, there's some marbles everywhere. Gotta love quick shift. I didn't think I would enjoy it, but it comes in handy. Oh, there's the front end nearly went. Wallaby. Wallabies aren't too bad. They'll sort of see you and jump off the side of the road, whereas kangaroos will look at you, they'll jump off the road and then they'll jump back in front of you at the last second. That's alright, touring around Australia, especially night time or just dusk and dawn, super dangerous, especially towards the end of summer. If it's been a drought year, all the moisture in that just gathers on the side of the road and that's where all the animals are as well, so it's pretty risky to be riding around or driving around at that time. Really should have got fuel. I think I'll go back because I've got, like, it's on red. It says 33 range, but I don't want to risk it. Okay, so I was just going to go for a little ride, but the weather's too good, so there we go. So I looped back around and got some fuel, Hakoala, and we'll go for a little bit of a tour through the hills. Alright, made it to the top, back on gravel. Let's just change this out to Enduro. There we go. Like, I really got to work out what all the little functions on the Enduro setting do, but I'll get there. Alright, so this road's open now. There was big signs back there last week saying it was closed. Oh, here we go, they've moved them further up. Well, technically I'm local, but in saying that, I know this was fixed, so they just haven't picked their signs back up yet. Like just here, this was like fully gone, and it was like a little billy goat track to get through. So they've pegged it back a little bit. There we go, and get through easy. This bike actually is pretty quiet. So, got some induction noise, but there's like nothing from the exhaust. But it's got a massive catalytic converter on it, and there's a few options for that, which we'll get to further down the line. I'm trying to deck this bike out for a bit of touring, so I've got some soft luggage to put on it. I just don't like where it sits, so currently waiting on a company to release their product, hopefully in the next month, just to push the soft luggage out a little bit so it doesn't sit in line with the exhaust, because the last thing you want is to be doing a long trip and then you get to where you're going and the whole bottom of your bag's completely burnt out, and then all your stuff's melted, or even, you know, the bike catch fire as you're riding along. So I'd rather get that, because I don't want to go the hard luggage option. Well, not yet anyway. Pretty sure I can carry everything I want in what I've got. I have a couple of Wallabies. So I'll just stop up here. So what we might do, there we go. So over in the distance you'll see two radio TV towers. That's Mount Tassie, essentially the highest point in this area. It's about 700 and something meters. But yeah, let's ride all the way through up to there. So before we get to there, we've got to go through the valley, and that's Tarabolga National Park. This area is renowned for the Strzelecki koala, which they're starting to do a lot more protection of, mainly because it's the most genetic diverse koala anywhere in Australia. A lot of koalas in New South Wales were all fully inbred due to the land being all cleared around them, so they're pretty locked into where they could go. That was all thanks to New South Wales government. So they're trying to, find out how many koalas there are in this area. And since the fires, especially in 2019, a lot of them are gone. And then they're trying to breed the ones from down here and trying to repopulate other areas. So if you haven't heard, koalas before. I've got a few other videos. Actually, I'll link one up the top. So if you're camping and you're wondering what some of the noises are, if someone's coming to get you, it's most like a koala or a possum. Possums can make some crazy noises as well. So if you hear those sorts of noises, probably don't go calling the police straight away. Just have a look, because most likely it's a koala, and that's just nature for you. Okay, so this site here, directly in front of us, was the site of the Jumbuck Post Office. So back in 1921 it opened as a telephone exchange, and all the way up the main roads you'll see some of the old gum trees, and they have little porcelain insulators on them. That was for the telecom wire to get up here. So as you can see, it's all fully overgrown now. There's nothing left. Lots of bushfires have gone through, as you can see. Like even in the past few years, I can count 5 or 6 big ones. And then back in 1939, the post office here was destroyed, and then reduced to a telephone office, and then closing in 1966. But yeah, so this was a major logging area. I'll look into, I can't remember off the top of my head how quickly those tree ferns grow, but they're not very quick, and some of those are 3+ meters tall. So I'll put it up on the screen now, like how quickly they grow and like how old those ones could be. I'm glad I went back and got some fuel, because it's a good day to go for a ride. I would have had enough to do a little loop I was going on, but I'm like, no, let's go do this instead. Little wallaby, teeny tiny dude. Look at that, just marbles. Hey, what are you doing? See, wallabies are pretty good. They're searching to get off the road. Kangaroos will just look at you and then go, hello, and just jump in front of you. I don't know if you're going to be able to get up there. There we go. Ooh, that's new. Welcome to Brata. See, this is the problem I've got. I don't mind them renaming a whole bunch of areas after local Aboriginal people, but at least teach us how to pronounce it. Like, geez. So Parks Victoria and Gunnakurnai Land and Waters, so that's the main sort of areas. Bratayualong. Yeah, we'll go with that. Bratayualong. Okay, so if we follow C484, which is down to the right. Oh, Park's actually doing some work. Yeah, so if we went to the right there, that takes us to a town called Yarram and to the beach. But we're going up this way. So put it back in touring mode. There we go. So where that park ranger was brush cutting, that's where the exit is for the walk that goes through the valley. So it's about 30k walk. No matter what time of year you do it, you're fighting through a massive amount of overgrowth and you'll come out covered in leeches. Alright, let's go check out the old airstrip and then come back and have a look at those apparently historic tree stumps. I'd say it's still straight. Okay. Don't think this is a way to an airstrip. Yeah, I think we'll turn around here. Come on. Like, you might be able to get a helipad. Yeah. I suppose that could class as a helipad, but helipad's not an airstrip. Alright, let's go see if these stumps up here are what we were supposed to be looking for in the first place. Probably not that one, but this one right in front, that's a massive tree. Alright, mountain ash stumps from trees 80 metres high, typically a forest cleared for settlement early 1900s, stump severely damaged by 2009 fires. Yeah, so that's the stump. That would have been fun to try and chop down. So that's the heritage stump. Now there is a site that apparently had the world's tallest tree pretty close by. I'll go check that out in another video. So mountain ash stumps from trees 80 metres high. So the one that's close by is supposed to have been from a tree that's about 120 metres tall. Yeah, so we'll go check that out in another video. But let's head up to Mount Tassie. Neutral. Mount Tassie. Good luck bringing your normal car up here. This was the main road up. I've actually been up this road before it was this chopped out in an RX-7. There's no way you'd be bringing that up here now unless you want your whole undercarriage to be ripped off. We'll go up that way in a minute. Whoa! Just run over a snake. Whoa! There's a red belly black snake. I'll have to replay that one, I think. Here we are. All the infrastructure for TV and radio. Okay, so this monument was put here 1962 by Rotary International. So as you can see, that's where all the towns are. So if we want to go to Canberra, I'm going to spin that way. Canberra, right behind that tree. Yep, in the distance. So Jeeralang, which is the main big town in this area, which you can't really see in the smog, but it's just to the left of the power station. This smoke that you can see, that'll be from the fires north of Melbourne. It's nice and clear through here yesterday. Okay, so I just stopped because there was the snake right across the middle of the road again. So GoPro skitzed out, but managed to film it on my phone, so I'll pop that in here now. Alright, so red belly black snake. This is one I would have run over before. Not going to get too close to him because they're fairly venomous. He's all fluffed out. So it looks like I actually missed him before. So he's all flat, getting the sun's rays. And off he goes. I'll just see if he's definitely gone. So the red belly black snake, they are venomous, so you don't want to go touching them. Yeah, so looks like I didn't get him. He's fine. Still not something that you want to come across. Alright, let's go into town, get some fuel, go home. What is it? 11:05. Been gone a couple of hours. Alright, it's starting to heat up. Yep. That was good timing. Alright, before we go too far, let's put in touring mode now. No cars. Let's go. Alright, so let's talk about the snakes in this area a little bit. So that one back there was a red belly black snake. Other common ones in this area are tiger snakes and copperheads, and occasionally you'll get the eastern brown snake as well. All those snakes are venomous, so don't touch them. So if you're from Queensland and you're not really sure of snakes, and you know, you get used to all the pythons up there, very few pythons in Victoria, so treat all snakes as if they can kill you, because 99% of the time they can. Just going to wind down this mountain now, then we'll come out at or near Loyang power station, and then I'll head into Jeeralang and get some fuel. See you then. That was a little interesting conversation inside the servo. So obviously they must have seen the GoPro on the helmet, and they're like, what are you, some sort of famous wannabe YouTuber? Well, don't know about famous, so I probably got one part of it right. Just a bit of fun. Right, all fueled up. So what was it? $95, 89.9 per litre. So about half a tank, so $23.60. Yeah, expensive.